Afternoon, and welcome to the virtual kindergarten roundup for Hillcrest Elementary's 2021 school year. We're sad that we can't be with you in person, but we're excited that you're joining us online. And we hope this presentation is informative, and should you have any questions or concerns at the very end, we'd be happy to answer them. Without further ado, we've prepared a presentation for you, and we'll begin. As some of you may know, I am Deanna Shaheen. I'm the principal here at Hillcrest Elementary. I've been here for 5 years, and I can't wait to be here for many more, I hope. Our lovely office staff, Mrs. Mary Conger, is the first person you'll see typically when you come into the main office, and she's a wealth of knowledge, happy to assist and support with any questions, concerns. She'll assist you with drop-off, pickup, and additional information that you may need. Mrs. Rita is a lovely support person that joins us in the office oftentimes. She will be there when Mrs. Conger is not, and sometimes when she is. And she also works as our library paraprofessional, so she runs our library for us. So these are going to be two familiar faces that are a wealth of knowledge to share. We have our lovely teachers on board. Ms. Dana Borden is here with us today and will help answer any questions and provide information, as well as Ms. Teresa Petty. And they've been with us for a very long time, and they're awesome, really excited kindergarten teachers. Mrs. Petty and Ms. Borden, would you mind saying hello?
Hello, everybody.
Hi, hello.
In addition to our kindergarten classrooms, we offer some additional support services. We do have a full-time Title I interventionist. We have a literacy interventionist. We have a full-time school social worker. We have a speech and language pathologist here to support. We have an ESL teacher as well as some facilitators. And we have a slew of highly qualified paraprofessionals who assist in various classrooms in the building. So we do have an amazing team here to support your kindergartner in getting acclimated in a new school year. Just really briefly, I wanted to share our mission and vision, and this is kind of the foundation of what drives us and what we do here at Hillcrest Elementary. And of course, providing a safe learning environment where kids can learn and grow and develop is of the utmost importance to us. And we believe our learners today, leaders tomorrow, and that children are the future. So we hope you can join us in supporting that vision and mission. And I'm going to turn it over to our fabulous kindergarten teachers to kind of review what it is that you can do to prepare for kindergarten readiness.
Hi. So there are some things that we can do now to prepare for the next school year. No matter where your child comes in to us academically, we're going to move them forward throughout the school year. Some things that you can do right now are you can promote a love of reading. Read. As much as they're exposed to reading material in books, the more successful that they're going to be. You can talk about the stories, the pictures while you're reading. Have fun with it. And then next slide, please, Mrs. Shaheen. Some other readiness skills that you can start working on now are some social emotional skills. This is taking turns and playing nicely with others, navigating some emotions, controlling some emotions. Some language and communication skills are also some skills that you can be working on during the summer to get prepared for the kindergarten year. And you can do this by naming common objects around the house, begin following 1 to 2 step directions, and being able to communicate your needs and feelings verbally. Then I'll pass this over to Mrs. Petty for the next slide.
I am glad to be here with everyone. Some more things that it's helpful for you to practice and have your child ready for kindergarten is using fine motor, which are hand muscles. Using scissors correctly, the thumb in the one hole, fingers in the other, using crayons, pencils, papers. We call it the pincher grip. So it's using 2 fingers to hold, it's resting on the other fingers. The ability to write their first name using a capital for the first letter, lowercase for the rest of the name. It's a hard habit to get out of if we get used to writing it in all capitals. So that's one important thing to practice. And then establishing a right or left dominance. Do they mostly use the right hand when they're writing and eating, or their left hand, trying to establish one or the other? Recognizing the uppercase and lowercase letters, counting objects up to 20. So actually moving the objects as they're counting to establish that one-on-one is really critical. And recognizing and being able to identify the numbers from 0 up to 10 is a good strategy for the beginning. Next slide. And personal care skills. So zipping, buttons, snapping, whether it's the coats or if they come in with a jacket or a shirt, being able to dress themselves, putting their coat and jacket on, especially in the winter and the Michigan weather. You never know what it's going to be like going outside. And having a whole bunch of kindergartners, it's a lot easier if they can do those things independently. Opening and closing food containers is helpful not only at snack time, but also at lunchtime when there isn't a lot of time for them to fight with the lids and close them. So practicing those. Opening and closing water bottles. They can have their own water bottles in the classroom. We do recommend the zipper tops where it has a little straw, but being able to twist those bottles open or close by themselves is helpful. Tying their shoes, we do recommend if they're not able to tie their own shoes yet, Velcro is very convenient for kindergartners. And practice getting used to just sitting in one spot for activities for 10 to 15 minutes that don't require necessarily sitting in front of like a game or a Nintendo or something. So getting used to extending their concentration and focus for extended periods is a really good habit to start off with as well. One more thing that it's not on our slide that it is helpful is if you practice knowing their address as well. It's not something that we go into in depth, but it's good information for children to be aware of.
Thank you so much, Ms. Borden and Mrs. Petty. That was very useful information. Thank you for sharing that. We're going to turn it over to our secretary, Mrs. Conger, to kind of review the registration paperwork that needs to be returned to the main office. There is a lot of documentation, some of which has been shared in a packet form with some families, but we also have some exciting news about online registration. So she's just going to cover quickly what these items are and kind of problem solve some of the trickier forms to fill out for you. So Mrs. Conger. We may have lost her. I propose we'll come back to those slides when she reconnects. We'll just skip ahead then. So for those parents who have a child whose birthday falls between September 1st and December 1st, we have an exciting new Young Fives program. This is the first time it's being offered, but it is more appropriately framed for your child for developmental, social, and emotional needs. So if you have a child whose birthday falls within those parameters, we're strongly suggesting that you look into the Young Fives program. We have additional information that can be found by calling Kinlock Elementary, and the phone number is listed here, but it's 313-278-4482 for additional details on how your child can get into the Young Fives program. If they fall within those parameters, and we'll have a signed waiver on file. So we did have a couple parents inquiring about that. So this is a very exciting turn of events for us. And just to give you some brief idea of what our school looks like, as we were unable to take a physical tour of the building, as you can see here, these are kindergarten classroom examples. Kids at the carpet. We have really engaging classroom spaces that are super kid friendly. And I'm just going to go through these slides to kind of give you a visual idea of what we're working with here. On the right side of my screen, I have the gym, which has been newly designed and updated thanks to the bond. We have some posters that are kid-friendly and engaging in the hallway to remind about behaviors and expectations. And our little friends will be using lockers this year, so that's an exciting experience. This is our library. It's a versatile place, but it's packed with really exciting books for our kids to have access to. And we hope to offer that as an opportunity for kids to become avid readers. This is the main office in our secure vestibule. This is where parents will come in and have a seating area should they be waiting for something. As you can see, the secretary's office desk is there for any questions or concerns. And you'll become very familiar with this should you be in the building often, we hope. This is our computer lab. We have lots of computers for kids to learn and engage with and to figure out how to use the technology. We have a current teacher who's in charge of this space. And so this is an awesome opportunity for kids to become familiar with technology, even as young as kindergarten. And this is the kindergarten entrance that if you are walking or your child up to the building, this is where you'll drop them off as the little ones line up right inside this door and have supervision there. We'll have a para there monitoring the door and there to open it up to welcome our little kinders. So this is the door you'll want to become familiar with. It is not the main entrance, and you'll want to avoid using the main entrance to drop off, as it does get a little congested first thing and last thing at the end of the door. Mrs. Conger.
Yes, again, if you have any questions or concerns regarding any of the documentation that you found in your kindergarten packet, please don't hesitate to call. I will either call you right back or email you. Either way, we'll take care of you. Make sure that any documents that require student and parent signature are completed. And also on the 2 yellow emergency cards, please make sure that you list if your students have any medical issues, whether it be allergies, diabetes, if they take medication at the same time every day that may be during school. So we can make sure that everyone is aware that needs to be on those issues. And I look forward to seeing everyone.
Mrs. Conger, I'm going to go back to those couple slides just so that you can briefly review them, should there be anything that we left off for the parents.
Okay, so parents, you'll see on the next 2 slides are all the documents that need to be returned to the main office. If you are still in the process of getting a physical for your child, make sure that you send that to us as soon as the physical is completed. We'll make sure that it's put in with the correct information. Again, make sure that all signatures on every single document, be it student and parent, are completed. And then also the iChat form for kindergarten parents, please make sure that you complete those so that if there are any volunteer activities that we'd like to have you as part of, we have that on file. And then again, it's very important on the yellow emergency cards that those are signed and dated. If there's any medical issues for your child, be it diabetes, asthma, allergies, anything like that, that we need to be made aware of, that we have that information on the cards. Thank you, everyone. And again, I'm available for any questions, so please don't hesitate to call the office and we'll be happy to return your calls.
Thank you, Ms. Conger.
Thank you, Mrs. Sheen.
Zoom ahead here. Ms. Tabarro.
إذا كنت بحاجة إلى مترجم، وإذا كانت لديك أسئلة، مخاوف، تعليقات، أو بحاجة إلى المساعدة لإتمام أوراق الدخول، يرجى الاتصال على الرقم التالي 313-278-0425. ولكي نتمكن من مساعدتك بشكل أفضل، الرجاء ترك رسالة هاتفية بالمعلومات التالية: الاسم، رقم التليفون، السؤال، ونحن سوف نتصل بك على الفور. وشكرا.
Thank you so much, Ms. T. That was awesome. And we cannot wait to meet you for the 2021 school year. We're so excited, and I know you will be too. Now, I just wanted to point out to the people who are watching who may have questions that would like them answered, you can go to the Crestwood School District homepage online, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. This is the home screen. If you click down here for Hillcrest's updated virtual kindergarten roundup flyer, it will take you to this here. And this is where you're watching on YouTube currently. And in order to submit your questions online, you'll click on this link here that takes you directly to a survey. And the survey looks like this. And you'll enter your information, and the question will be sent immediately to me where I can answer those questions. So I'm going to go through and answer some of the questions that have been sent to me already preemptively. Let me just bring you back to my Kinder screen. Are you on my Kinder screen? It says something about a birthday being in October, and they would like their child to be in kindergarten rather than the Young Fives program, and that's fine as long as the waiver's signed. The Young Fives program is an option. It is not mandatory, I don't believe. So we'll respect that request. Another parent said that they did not receive confirmation that their child was registered for kindergarten. So Mrs. Conger has your information here. She will go through and make sure that if you did submit any paperwork, whether it be online or in person, that you do receive a confirmation, and just to say that, yes, you are registered, we have the appropriate paperwork, and should there be anything missing, she'll also let you know that as well. Another person asked if there's a health appraisal form, if it needs to be completed by June 5th, and the answer is no. If you are reaching out to your primary care physician in order to get an appointment, we understand that telehealth will be happening, and so whenever you do get that appraisal, we'll take it from you. We will have office hours here at the building. And Mrs. Conger shared earlier what those are, but they'll also be in this presentation where you can come and drop things off physically, or you can email things as well, and we'll get them. The forms, if you would like to take advantage of online registration, I can show you exactly what that looks like as well. So let me see here. So back to the school district page. And if you scroll down, it says enrolling now for the 2020-21 school year. And if you click here, this should take you to online registration where you can fill out the appropriate paperwork that's necessary to get registered for the school district. Again, so if there are parents who did not receive confirmation after enrollment, we'll go back through the list and we'll make sure that everyone is getting a confirmation that we have received their information. And by providing your email addresses and your phone numbers, that gives myself and Mrs. Conger an opportunity to reach back out to you and confirm that we have received your registration and provide you with additional information as needed. I'm collecting any other questions. There are some very specific questions, questions about individual circumstances that we can address and answer privately. And then for those people who've not received confirmation, or if there are any forms missing, we're going to review this list of comments and questions and make sure someone reaches back out to you in the next few days to either confirm that you've been registered or provide you with a list of items that may or may not be missing. I don't see any more incoming questions. It seems like we've had an amazing amount of participation. This question survey will remain open and available for parents. We are here at the building during those office hours listed in this presentation should you have any additional questions or concerns. And we are accessible always via email as well. And we'll do our best to get back to you as soon as possible. We're really excited about kindergarten for the future, and we can't wait to meet you guys in person. And so without further ado, if the team would like to say farewell. I think.
Farewell, everyone. We look forward to seeing you.
Can't wait to meet you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much.